Hey everyone, welcome back. This week we're going to finish up some of those electrical issues we were having, and then maybe we can go out for another drive. Let's get to it. Alright, here is kind of the list that we still have on the electrical side. Alright, I think I figured out this audio or auxiliary jack, so we'll try it out. If I go now to auxiliary, and then I push play here. So it's working. All right, so we're also gonna try reverse now. Okay, and then we got the backup camera working. So that's good. So two of the ones we just solved, we got the backup camera working and the auxiliary input. So let me tell you what we did to fix that. So for the auxiliary, my problem was I plugged it into here, which is not the auxiliary port. This one that says auxiliary in. So basically I just had it plugged in the wrong spot. So that was an easy fix. For the backup camera, it's a little bit different. All right, so for the backup camera, it's got this is the video, but it's got this red wire where it wants reverse, like the signal from reverse. And what I did is I tied, it's got this on both ends. So the end with the rear view camera, I tied to the reverse lights. And so up here, really all I needed to do was put that into essentially the input for the stereo. But for whatever reason, I decided that I needed to tie into the signal. So again, this is kind of like the signal from the controller that tells the reverse lights to go on. So this is the signal that goes into my relay, and then the relay turns on those reverse lights. So anyways, I tied into both, and I think that was kind of giving it an issue. So I just clipped that wire just to kind of quick test, and that fixed it. So I'll kind of fix that wire there, but the radio, I believe, is done. All right, one of the things we forgot to test last time was I've got a battery indicator light for my dash. And so what I've got that hooked up to is I'm calling it a good loop. So the BMS systems, when they're running well, they have these green flashing lights. So that's on that one, and then on this one here. So again, one of the, I'll just show you here, but basically there's a good loop. So meaning if these are running good, it'll close the latch. And so essentially I've got a 12 volt signal going through here. And when the latch closes, it'll go through this other one. And if that one's good too, it'll come back. So essentially I've got a 12 volt signal that tells me that it's good. So I've got it running to a relay because I really don't want the light to be on if it's good. I only want it to come on when it's bad. So I've got the relay kind of reversing that signal. And so when I unplug it, again, if the car's on, I should get it to light up. So let's try that real quick. Okay, so now we're gonna, basically I just have a place here where it's connected. I'm calling it my BMS good loop. So I'm gonna go ahead and unconnect it. That'll be the same as if it's like being, that loop is being kind of opened up there in the BMS. And hopefully we got the light working. So here we go. No. All right. So what I think the problem was with the battery indicator light, the fuse is going in this first holder here, and this side was pushed down. Again, this is one of those things again where I don't like it when the metal's not kind of already connected. When you push it in, it's supposed to click in. It seems like there's many times where it doesn't quite, or if it does click in, you push in the fuse and it kind of pushes it down. So I think that's what's going on. I think I've got it fixed now, though. I'll put the fuse in and we'll give it another go. Here we go. That's still a no. All right, you gotta be smarter than this. I didn't ever put the relay back in. So we'll try again. Okay, this is take 3. Yay. So again, that'll be the warning for me if there's something going on with the battery packs. All right, that's one more. I'm gonna go for a couple more easy ones. I'm gonna try the USB charger. I think that one should be easy. Okay, I got the USB out of the car just using a power supply, and it does work. So it never lit up before in the car. So charged it with, or used a USB to charge a phone. So I know it's working outside. So I'll go in the car and see where the disconnect is. All right, so had it all working and put it in, and now it's not working. And so see if I raise it up a little bit, it works, and put it down. So anyways, I got like a little bit of a loose connection. So I'll get that sorted out. All right, we got the wires all sorted out. So now when you turn it on, it'll charge. All right, I've been avoiding it long enough. I'm gonna try a couple things with the boot cycle. Okay, I switched over to pack 1. I'm just checking real quick, make sure that we don't have any boot problems and everything seems normal with pack 1. Okay, so everything seems good there. All right, both packs are at 397.1 volts. So I'm gonna go ahead and connect them in parallel again. I'm gonna have them sit overnight just to, again, if there's any sort of balancing or shifting going on. And then I'm gonna try it again in the morning, see if we have the boot cycle when everything's in parallel. If it still gives me a boot cycle, I've got some crazy thoughts. Some ideas that might work, but might be very foolish. So first though, we'll connect it and see what it looks like in the morning. Okay, we are going to turn this on. We are expecting the boot cycle. We've got both packs in parallel. Just gonna try this one more time before we start messing with pack 2. Okay, so you saw it. So I will share my crazy plan. Okay, so I'll explain my plan. The problem is pack 2, when the controller is starting up, it causes some sort of interference so that it kicks off. And then it tries again and it kicks off. So with pack 1, it doesn't. So here is my idea, probably ill-advised. So my thought is I'm going to start it with pack 1 and then join it with pack 2. This I'm going to use kind of like a switch or like a contactor. I don't have a contactor, so I'm just going to use a relay. The reason why I feel like this is okay is if both voltages for pack 1 and pack 2 are the same, we really shouldn't be getting any voltage across. I'm also not going to drive it like this. I'm not going to be like having a lot of current going. But my thought is I just want to see if I do this sort of approach, if it'll still shut off or if it'll be okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 2 of these relays, one for positive, one for negative of the pack, and I'll join one to the, essentially to the pack, the other one to the other side of the contactor. And at that point, I think, anyway, all I need to do is kind of hook these guys up to 12 volts and I'll close the switch and allow the packs to be joined. And this is really just a test, and if we like it, if it seems like it works, then potentially we could get some contactors as kind of a final solution. All right, I've got it all set up. So all I need to do is essentially hook my power supply to power, and that'll close the 2 relays. And so first I'll turn it on, make sure it boots up with pack 1, and then I'll plug it in and that'll kind of sync or hook up pack 2, essentially join parallel pack 2, but after the initial boot cycle. So cue dramatic and or suspenseful music.
There's something very important I forgot to tell you. Don't cross the streams. It would be bad. Try to imagine all life life as you know it stopping instantaneously and every molecule in your body exploding at the speed of light.
Alright, so it booted up fine. We are now going to try the crazy technique. Okay, so I believe it worked, but I'm going to go with my voltmeter just to make sure that the circuits are open and that it's acting how I think it should. Okay, so circuits are closed, or essentially it's pack 2's connected. Again, I'd like to know some of your comments if you feel like this is a bad way to go about it, but this would be a way, a little workaround to get through this problem. All right, so I tried it like 5 more times just to be sure. I'll probably wait another day or so, just kind of see if it creeps back up. But again, it seemed like that would work okay. All right, so for those of you who didn't quite understand, maybe I don't even understand, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have the packs paralleled like all the time. So I'm gonna have the plan is to have some normally closed contactors, so meaning even if power's off, it's gonna be connected. But my thought is when the car boots up, I'm gonna have those be open for like 2 seconds while it boots up and then close again. So that's kind of the thought to get around that problem. I don't know what's going on at the very beginning, but if that works, if I can just get away with a couple extra contactors and get that moving, I think I'd prefer that. But let me know in the comments what you think. All right, I am going to do a and question mark. So again, I just wanted to know what people think, but to me, I could get by with what I did. I just want to make sure if anybody's got some better ideas or other things to try, I want to hear those. All right, next, I think I'll try the gear selector. So try gear selector. So I'll go, right now we're neutral, we'll go to drive. There it is, so drive. Back to neutral, that's good. Now reverse. So no reverse. Okay, so we just don't have reverse. I'll look to make sure that we got continuity and things like that. But again, I can just use this for reverse. So I think that's a pretty good test. Okay, this is take 2. Hopefully this all works now. Okay, so last time it was reverse. Let's see if we can go reverse. So we're going reverse. Back to neutral. Then to drive. Try reverse again. Sweet. I think we're there. Okay, so the problem was, a couple episodes ago, I made my own, I guess I'll call it circuit board for that gear selector. And basically when I had screwed it on, it tested all out, looked good. But basically I unscrewed it and screwed it back on, so the position was just a little off. So that's all it really took, and everything works now. I made sure it's kind of securely fastened so it's not gonna rattle loose or anything. Okay, we'll call that good for now. I may need to drive it around, see if it has any more issues. All right, next I think I'll try door locks. All right, for the door locks, I think I might know what's going on. So I picked out the wires from my passive keyless entry to either tell it to lock or unlock. What I forgot though, and I don't know why it's this way, but most passive keyless entries that I've seen, they have, like, their signal wires are negative. So almost all my switches and everything are positive. So I've got a relay in here that reverses the polarity for everything coming from the passive keyless entry. With that being said, I think I tapped into those ones for the switches. So I think that's why they weren't working. So I will dig in and see if I can find the right wires and make those door locks work. All right, did lots of wiring. I'm really hoping that this got it. So let's take a quick try here. Nothing. All right, so I've been testing here just at the plug, and I'm guessing that whatever fix we had in there has come loose. So I'm gonna go ahead and take apart the switch and see if I can find out what the problem is. Okay, this is door locks. Take 3, maybe take 4. I can almost hear it. Okay, so I think I'm gonna have to get into my board that I kind of created there, and I think it's the resistors that are giving me grief. So I think I want those buttons just to be really like a, I'll call it like a switch. So when I push the button, it'll connect the switch, and then it can. That's my neighbor again. I think he's got a C8 Corvette. C8, right?
Yeah.
Be cool if I put this on my YouTube channel?
Good idea.
This is 2020. Tell me the specs.
C8 convertible. Pretty much all the options. 495 horsepower, 3LT, rapid blue color.
Very sweet.
I've never had a blue car before either, but I kind of like it.
Do you like it?
Yeah. Definitely sticks out a lot more than I thought it would.
Sweet. Very cool. Thanks again. Well, I just got driving a C8 Corvette. That was pretty awesome. It's really tight. It's got some nice sounds. It's really fast. Not as fast as this, but yeah, really cool. So anyway, I'm gonna get into that and see if I can just make it those buttons more like switches. Okay, I think this is like around, we'll say take 5. Yes. Okay, so now I just need to see if they're backwards or not. So, say unlock. I'll try down here. So it seems like it's locked. Let's do lock. So I think it's backwards. All right, so I had to get into the circuit board and bypass some of the resistors. I don't know enough about electronics to know why, but I was getting a 12 volt signal, but it was coming with resistance, and it wasn't such that it was opening up my relays. So anyway, just bypassed the resistor and got it working. Looks like I've got my helper coming back over here. Hey, come here. Come here, Max. Yeah. Oh yeah. What a good doggy. All right, this is I think like take 7 or something. But I'll go ahead and do lock and make sure that I can't get the striker plate out. Do unlock, make sure I can, and then do the same thing on the other side. So there's that. Okay, and so that's not out. Unlock. All right, so this one was backwards. So I'll go try the other door and see if we got the other door working or if they're both backwards. Okay, and then here's this one. I'll do lock. Try this one here. So that one's locked. And then unlock. Alright, so this one's doing okay. The other one is backwards. So I'll have to think on what I need to change. Alright, here we are at attempt 8. So again, we'll try to see if this door is now matching the other door. Lock. It feels like it's locked. Let me try unlock. Okay, so yeah, that's working now. Just got a little sticky. So that's working as intended. So again, this is unlock. I'll go to the other side. Nothing changed. Just want to make sure it's unlocking both doors when I hit the button. That's out. Okay, undo lock. So wait, unlock, lock. It's lock now. Yeah, good. And then unlock. So this one seems a little less sticky than the other one, but oh. That's a bunch of wiring. I am going to call that good though. Alright, so the passive keyless entry, it kind of works. So the problem I have is, well, let me explain it. Okay, so this is my ignition circuit. I don't know that I'm going to be able to explain it very well or even draw it very well, but I'll try. So this is my 12 volt coming in. This is a relay, and then it's going to go out to the rest of the car. So the relay, though, it can't make that connection unless it gets a signal here. That signal is coming from my start-stop, and it's also coming from the passive keyless entry. So if the passive keyless entry, if the little key fob's in range, it gives a signal here. If the start-stop then is pushed, it goes all the way, and that's what allows the rest of the car to get power. Now, passive keyless entry, I don't feel like it's real reliable, meaning it's relying on antennas and the key fob. So if it's kind of like intermittent or something, I don't want it to kind of turn the car off just in the middle of driving. So I've got this other line coming back with a diode that will supply it with power. So, and this diode is so that if the passive keyless entry is here, it doesn't just give power to the car. So anyways, that seems like it works okay. However, I've got other 12 volt constant systems that, again, if for whatever reason something hits that, it feeds back and then the whole car is on. So I think what I need to do is I just need a diode here, and then here I think instead of the passive keyless entry just getting 12 volts, I think I'll put a relay here. So this is 12 volts, and this will be a normally closed, and I'll have this one just go to here. So meaning when the car is on, it'll interrupt that, and this will no longer get a signal, so it won't turn things on or off while the stop button's engaged. Because again, if the car's running, I don't want it to all of a sudden lose connectivity with the key fob and lock doors and honk horns and stuff like that. So I think that's all I need to do. I will try it out and we'll see. Okay, I've been messing with the passive keyless entry, all the wiring there. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try and turn it on. Right now, the key fob is not in range, so hopefully I can't turn it on. And then I'll bring it in range and turn it on. And if we make it that far, we will go ahead and get the key fob out of range. And the goal there is that this doesn't turn off or blink or honk the horn. So we'll see. Well, that didn't work. All right, I did not have the fuse in, so we'll try this again. My confidence is not high right now. Dang it. So I should really do this like off camera so I look cool when it works the first time, but so we'll try it real quick here. Okay, we are running out of time. Let me tell you where we're to though. So I've got the system working so that if it's like intermittent, like while I'm driving, it won't shut off, it won't beep, it won't honk. So that part's working. I need to get a diode that can handle more amps. So that part I think I can get working as far as any little blip won't turn on the car. The part that I had working that's not working now is I'm able to turn on the car without the key fob in range. So I gotta figure that out, but like I said, we're running out of time. Okay, I think I may have figured something out. I think I had something to a 12 volt constant when it should have been a 12 volt switched. So now that won't go on. Let me go get my key fob and make sure it will go on with the key fob. So you heard the relays go, which is good. Now let's see if we can turn this on. No! Okay, I didn't have that plugged in. So that may have not worked anyway. Okay, we got this one plugged in this time. Sure. Okay, so we can't do that, so I'm gonna go grab the key fob again and hopefully it'll work. Oh, so it would do this before where it would just turn it on. So I need to get the diode. So I don't have the diode yet, but let me try this again. So if I'm in range, I can turn it on. I'm gonna go ahead and bring it out of range and make sure it doesn't, oh, you saw this. So basically when it went red, that means my passive keyless entry went offline. So it's no longer beeping green like it's in range, which is good. And then turn that off and it should come back on. Yep. So I think everything's working. I think I just need that one diode. And then obviously I gotta clean up my mess. Okay, so I think that's all the time I've got for this week. A charge port, I might save that even for later until I get kind of an in-home charging system, because right now it's just got a 110 plug and it's easy to plug in, and I don't have another, you know, in-home charger to work with. So that one might be even later. Yeah, then I think almost all of our electrical's done. We will see if we've overlooked anything, but then I think we can go on to like putting the shell on. All right, that's all the time we have for this week. See you next week.